Chapter 28. Poor Ginger. I was at the cab stand one day when an untidy cab drove in beside our. I noticed the mare that pulled the cab was tired out and malnourished. Her coat was ill-kept and her bones were visible through it. She was starving, for when the wind rolled a lock of hay that I was eating in her direction, she stretched her long neck to pick it up. Her eyes were depressed and blank. I was trying to recollect where I had seen her before, when she asked me, "Is that you, Black Beauty?" That was when it dawned upon me. She was Ginger. How awfully she must have been treated to look so worn out and helpless. Her shiny neck had become lifeless and her limbs and joints were out of shape due to the continuous toil. Her heaving side showed that her breathing had been badly affected. The high-spirited mare was now suffering personified. Ginger's story was heartbreaking. After a 12 months' rest at Ersel Park, she was sold off to a gentleman. Things were fine for a while, but when she worked harder, the old strain came back again, and so she was sold again and again from one master to another, until she was bought by her present master, a man who let out cabs and horses. She had to work all week without a single day of rest. She was just being used up. She wished she were dead and wondered why men weren't merciful enough to shoot a horse rather than kill her slowly. She was so exhausted and weak that she felt she would die at work some day. I was so sorry for her but could say nothing to ease her pain. So I drew my nose up to hers. That may have given her a bit of comfort, I feel, for she sighed and said, "I have had just one friend in my entire life, and that's you." That was when her driver came along and drove her off. A few days later, Ginger's wish was granted in a way that I feel was both cruel and kind. I saw a cart pass our cab stand. It had a dead horse in it. The horse's head hung out of the cart, blood dripping out of its lifeless tongue. It was a chestnut horse with a white strip on its forehead. It was Ginger. Death had been merciful at last and had eased her suffering. If only men had shot us rather than letting us die in that humiliating condition.